Okay, so these next pictures kind of all follow along the same series, and I did this series of drawings of um, Sega Genesis Sonic like game covers. And in addition to following along that series, they also follow along the fake vintage series. Because I remember I drew all of these covers at one time, and then I think I lost them all. So then I kind of had to go back and draw them. And what I mean by that fake vintage is, if you guys remember back to like that my um other vintage binder that had like the Mario Kart drawings, and I said that I kind of tried to like fake the authenticity of how much fun I originally had drawing. These ones kind of go along with that because like if you notice, I just go stereotypical here. Sonic, classic Sonic, big head, small body. It just doesn't look right. Um, so a lot of these ones are kind of just faking the vintage. But anyway, we got Sonic 1 over here and Sonic 2. Now this one doesn't fake vintage. This one I legit, it was I drew it at the time. I didn't try and replicate it. This was like the original Sonic 3 I had drawn. And what I'm talking about is, you'll notice here the blue is a lot different. I mean, maybe it's just me, but I can tell that I really, legit tried to draw Sonic as best I could. And this one was more just like, I'm gonna make it look, like I don't know what I'm doing. So you can compare that one and see that this one is like legit old. I do like this one though. Probably my favorite from the entire set of drawings. Just because I think the colors work really good too, and it's just, like I said, it's just completely authentic to when I drew it. I mean, I'm not saying I drew these ones yesterday, but at the time, I was trying to draw, old pictures of older pictures, if that makes sense. Sonic and Knuckles over here, again, not really that great, but Sonic and Knuckles. Sonic 3D Blast is probably the strangest one in this series of drawings, mostly because I tried to do some kind of 3D thing. Like I put like little I don't know how well you can see that, but I put like layering behind the trees. I like double up on like the lines. Same thing with Sonic and his arms right here. You'll notice he has like two arms. Like I don't know. It's really weird. Now that I look at it, I think, like I said, I was trying to make it look 3D, but it really didn't work. Sonic Spinball over here. Again, just kind of average. This one's not as bad. This is the last one of the set, and it's kind of weird, honestly. It's Sonic Drift. That didn't go to the Genesis, and it wasn't, when I was doing any of those, or it had to be around when I was doing the drawings, so I put it in here, but I don't know why. Probably because I was getting into Gem's collection and I discovered all those older Sonic games. But Amy's in her, like, modern-day clothing over here. She's not in her classic clothing, which is, I don't know, kind of weird. I think at the time I remember saying to myself, I know I did a Genesis thing, but I'm going to put Sonic Drift in there just to put it in there, be cool, so whatever. Sonic artwork over here from Sonic Heroes. I think this was my original Sonic Heroes Sonic that I drew because I was really into the Sonic Heroes artwork. And I think this was it because I remember tracing this one and then trying to like recolor it and stuff. But I think this was the first one that I drew. These ones over here, kind of weird, and they go along the Archie artwork. I really don't like the Archie artwork or the comics, like I said, but back then I used to a little more. So these ones definitely look like they're from it. But I'm gonna say though, I don't trace my artwork at all. Period. I don't. But this one, just this picture, I'm gonna say I probably did a little bit, just because that's not my style of Sonic, how I would draw it. And the Tails is definitely way too good for the time. Um, and you got like a weird ring and a lot of background, so maybe I did. I don't know. But again, not really a big fan of the comics anyway, so. This one is a really nice early LSuperSonicQ's Sonic drawing. It's just classic in my style and it just looks really nice, so I like that one. And I used to make the Sonic logo, the O be a ring. I think Sega should actually do that. I thought that's how it was, so that's how I drew it, but it actually wasn't. But I think Sega should do that. That'd be pretty cool. Or make like the little dot on top of the eye ring. I mean, like, come on. This one did actually come from a comic book, but it was like the back of like one of the comic books. It was like Sonic and Tails being like blocky and stuff. I kind of liked how it looked, so I drew it. That took me a long time to do, but it came out pretty nice. Dark Chow over here, I did a series of like the different Chows. I actually don't know why this one isn't with like the couple others that are in this book, but Dark Chow. This one is a really obscure picture. apparently I wrote World Chow down here. I think I was supposed to write World of Chow, but I didn't have enough room. And it kind of just is me drawing a bunch of chows. But it's really weird because this is just like I drew a lot and colored a lot of different like variations of chows that you can't even like get in the game. Like they're not in the game. Like I mean, an orange chow with a blue stomach and like yellow hands. Like what? So that's really weird. And then this one is faking vintage to the extreme. I'd like to redraw a drawing like this by today's standards and really base it off the artwork. But again, you can here. I'll even zoom in for this one. You guys can kind of tell that it's like I'm like faking the vintage. Like oh, Sonic had a big head and really weird eyes in Sonic 1, then Sonic 2. Then oh, Sonic Adventure, he was all fast. So I'm just gonna color that one and stuff. So I get where it's going, but it really didn't go there to my standards today. So that's that.